everyone. I hope everyone's having a pretty good day so far. I wanted to get on here for a few reasons. I wanted to kind of try on some products, mainly the CC creams. So I know I usually try on more medium to full coverage. I'm leaning more towards full coverage, but I wanted to try on the CC cream. I got some samples and I've always wanted to see how it worked on my skin, as well as I wanted you guys to see what it looks like. I think light to medium is probably what's going to look good on my skin, which is the O2. But I also wanted to kind of chat with you guys about a few things. I struggle with like anxiety. I think I've talked about this, and depression and things like that. And yesterday was one of those days where I had like a little mini meltdown. I don't want to call it a meltdown, but it was definitely like I was struggling with my mental health. Just had a lot of negative thoughts coming in, mainly with this group. I'll kind of explain a little bit. So I know I've like posted, I made this group. I wanted something a little bit more private. I wanted to build a community, which is something that I've said for a long time. I want to build a community where people feel safe, where people feel like they can come and talk about things that they struggle with without feeling or having judgment. There's not a lot of places where we're able to do that. And so that is one of the reasons why I decided to make the group. I want to make sure that we have a connection with one another, that we help each other, that we help each other grow, and we talk through things, because I didn't really have that. That's why I created this. So yesterday, while I was, making the group, I was very frustrated. I was really struggling with fear of failure. It's probably one of my main things that I struggle with, is fearing failure, fearing that what I do isn't going to work out, or, that I'm just not going to be good at it. What if nobody likes the idea? What if nobody gets on? What if nobody follows? All of these thoughts just like started running through my head. And I as I was like building this group, all of these thoughts just started like draining, like being really loud in my head. And I kind of panicked a little bit. I remember I was like, okay, I'm just going to figure this out, and then I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to go and kind of relax for a little bit. And so one of the things that I do to help me whenever I have all of these thoughts, I usually take like a bath, only because that relaxes me. I take that moment while I'm taking a bath to listen to those thoughts and kind of talk back to those thoughts, if that makes sense. So like, I take the time to really listen to what I'm thinking, and instead of trying to ignore it, I listen and I kind of respond back. If I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you're gonna fail, you're a failure, or no one's gonna like it, my response to that is, okay, well, if I don't do it, then what? Then I'm always gonna be thinking, what if? Just keep going, keep pushing, if it's meant to be, it's gonna be, and the people that are for it will be there, right? It'll come. Like nothing ever good ever happened overnight. It always took time, and it's a lot of consistent work, just being consistent. All of these people that are successful in their life, it's not because they did it one day to another. It's consistency and things that they've done over and over and over for a long period of time, and they didn't give up. And so that's something that I try to remind myself and try to tell myself when I hear those thoughts, getting louder. I talk back to it. Okay, so now that being said, I'm going to go into showing you what I'm doing with my makeup. I went ahead and muted myself so I can kind of go through it with you. The first thing is, of course, the primer that I am putting on. This one is the Fenty one that I've already said. It's not my favorite. I've already purchased one through Farmasi that hopefully will do a better job than this primer. This primer just doesn't do me justice because of the fact that my face is oily, and I don't feel like it helps with the oily skin. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put on the CC cream. This one is the light to medium. I thought this cream was going to be too dark, but it actually fit perfectly. And I'm just going to put that all over my face with the same brush that I normally use. Next time I will try to do it with a sponge to see if it works better, but it did the job, and I really liked the outcome. All right, so that's what it looks like on my skin. I'm just doing some last touches, finishing touches around my nose. I really liked the way this looked. It looked very good on my skin, and I was not expecting that. So the next thing that I'm going to do here is put on the concealer. This is by Farmasi. This is the number 5. It is a bit dark, but I do love this concealer. You guys, this concealer is full coverage and it's creamy. It reminds me a lot of the NARS concealer. It's kind of have the same consistency that the NARS does. And it just applies very easily. And it blends very easily as well. I absolutely love this concealer. I am purchasing a lighter one so that I don't have to go in with a different concealer with a lighter tone so that it looks good. But as you can see on here, it's very creamy. Okay, the next thing that I am going to do is go in with my contour. This is the Farmasi Peach Palette for 3-in-1. I absolutely love this. I'm gonna use a flat angled brush and just kind of go in on the side of my cheeks to do the contour on my face. And then once I'm done with that, I'll go in and blend in. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with a bronzer. I don't use an actual bronzer. This is a Milani warm powder that I love to use as my bronzer. And I'm just gonna go in where my contour is and blend all of that in. I'm also going to go in with that same powder and contour my nose and mix it in. Now I'm going to go in and set my concealer with a loose powder by NYX. And I'm just gonna go right under my eyes, go around my nose and my forehead and kind of those areas that get oily a lot quicker than the rest of my face, just to set everything in place. Next, I'm gonna put in my blush. This is gonna be from the same palette that I use to contour my face. And this is kind of like a peachy rose color. I love this color. I'm just gonna put that on my cheeks and blend it all in. Okay, and now I'm just gonna blend everything in with that same loose powder just all over the face. And now I'm gonna go in with that highlighter from that same 3-in-1 palette and just highlight my eyebrows with that and the inner corner of my eyes as well. Okay, and this is a close-up of how the makeup looks on. The highlighter is on point by my eyebrows. And next is going to be the lipstick. Now I only have a sample of this lipstick, but this is the matte lipstick in Red Hot. And I'm just gonna put this on. I absolutely love how easy this formula is to put on. It's very easy to apply and it stays on for a long time. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. That is all for today. If you guys love this look, you can find all of these products in Farmasi in the link below, as well as you want to be a part of my group, the one I spoke about earlier. You can find me at Mirror Your Beauty with Farmasi on Facebook. Have a good one. Bye.